with this small man here. This. Very good. Who's going to win?
Carrigtwohill going to win! Go on, Carrick!
Pull off the top, lads. Pull off the top.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah, then you can be changing a winning team. There's just something here for them.
Okay.
Jason,
Yeah, very okay.
he lifted his arm. And if he comes on to the right helmet, we'll know. He's not lifted his arm.
Win there. Right.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the side. Sorry, when I was looking down.
Until Saturday, so you can still get 25% many items and everything free use. For example, 1600-watt vacuum cleaners are now just €89 at the Floor Griffin Extended Anniversary Sale. Parnell Place.
Thanks,
and the
Sundar.
bypass banding. The drama and the excitement of the county championship live. Only on Cork Sports Leader, 103 FM. 28 minutes past 2 o'clock.
This is a different program now, this one. Thanks a million from there. I'm going to change those two. See that? Those two are changed.
A very good Sunday afternoon to you. Welcome to Leeside, to the heart of the city, to Páirc Creve for County Final Day. County Final Day at the double of Coles, the permanent TSB Senior Football Championship decided to come at 4:15 this afternoon. The novel pairing of Nemo Rangers and Bishopstown. But here the stakes are equally high. The climax to the intermediate hurling championship season is Delanys against Carrigtwohill. I can tell you tensions are high in both camps, excitement high amongst both sets of followers, colourful followers who have made their way to headquarters this afternoon. The green, white and gold of Delanys, the blue and gold, the Tipperary blue and gold of Carrigtwohill, and the Offaly green, white and gold of Delanys. It's a day, I suppose, where the stakes are very, very high. Delanys in particular have been bridesmaids on a few occasions. From a Carrigtwohill point of view, well, they've promised and they've promised and they've promised, but they haven't yet quite delivered. Today is their day of destiny. Today is the day that come 4:15 this afternoon. Either Delanys or Carrigtwohill will be looking at Senior Hurling Championship action next season. That's the pipe dream For one, though, it will become reality. The team news, well, pretty much as expected. Jason Barrett starts on the bench for Carrigtwohill, and from a Delanys point of view, despite scoring 3 points was introduced as a substitute in the semi-final, Conor Foley also stays in reserve. So both teams start with the tried and trusted formations that got them to this county championship final. It's a day, I suppose, that they have looked forward to since the semi-finals. They've looked forward to in great anticipation in both Carrigtwohill and around Dublin Hill. Now the day of destiny is here. The match referee is Dermot Kerwin. He's checking just with both sides. Delanys will be attacking the city in the first half, so Carrigtwohill will try and get the game in motion, attacking the Blackrock in. The match is on the way. The 2002 Permanent TSB Intermediate Hurling Championship Final, and Carrigtwohill's Noel Gubbins sends the ball down to his team captain Sean O'Farrell, who gets a touch to Michael Fitzgerald in the left-hand corner. He strikes and he scores. Mickey Fitzgerald, the leading scorer in the championship for Carrigtwohill, has drawn first blood very, very early here in this championship final. Direct stuff by Carrigtwohill. I'm just looking at what the Delanys have done. There's a bit of shuffling going on, so I'll just call the teams here very briefly, and then maybe we'll look and see exactly what both sets of selectors have done. First, though, the puck out from Delanys. Vincent O'Brien drops just as far as the second 70. Frank Flannery touches it down in the middle of the park. Georgie Healy there as well, and out here is the unfamiliar figure of John O'Driscoll, way out around halfway for a moment, inside to Sean Barrett's hand. It goes away from him into Noel Gubbins. Gubbins strikes it down to Derek Healy. He's at top of the right for Carrigtwohill, being closely marshalled by Ronan Foley down there. Bit of a challenge coming in. The ball breaks away to the Delanys captain Declan Collins. Nice defensive play by Collins. Up as far as John O'Driscoll. He's on halfway. He strikes it forward to the edge of the square. Mac McElhinney goes in there. Cornerback running out as well to try and touch it away. It's gone out over the sideline. Let's get an early thought from Kieran O'Driscoll.
Yes, I think this is a great game in prospect today, and you'd know from the supporters on both sides of it, both sets of supporters are really up for this game today. Sean Barrett had a great game in the semi-final. We'll see will he produce today. Mark McElhinney has gone in full forward as he did in the last game in the semi-final. John O'Driscoll come out to from full forward out to centre forward. James Cooney has gone to midfield, and Kevin Egan has gone back in as centre back.
Soaring sideline cut in around the square, but JJ Barry, very steady goalkeeper there at the far post, just gets the ball and delivers it back down the field again. Carrigtwohill just looking for a second score now. That's a quick snappy delivery inside towards Derek Healy's corner. Good touch by Derek Healy away from Ronan Foley, bringing it to most central position. Drops outside to Michael Fitzgerald. Delaney's defence now. They should have enough bodies back there to cover. Referee sounds the whistle. High challenge there by one of the Carrigtwohill forwards, and the free out will be to Delanys. Vincent O'Brien, their goalie, Paul Crowley, Rory O'Mahony and Ronan Foley, their full back line. Decky Collins, James Cooney, Paul Finnegan, their half line. Barry Egan and Kevin Egan in the middle. Padraig O'Connell, Mark McElhinney, James Egan in the half forward line. George Healy, John O'Driscoll, Mac O'Driscoll inside. Kieran already stated a few changes. We'll watch it develop with Padraig O'Connell at right half forward, gone out over the sideline. And an opportunity, in fact, there's going to be a free hit for Delanys, far side of the field, and a chance for them to get on level terms.
Yes, and James Egan is up to take this free. He's been deadly at free taking. This one is off his left, and it looks like he's put it wide. He was so accurate from his frees there in the semi-final, and disappointing start. He was probably one of their star players in the semi-final. A great turn on the side for any back.
Carrigtwohill with JJ Barry in goal, Niall Kidney, Michael Barry and Mark Nolan in their full back line. Sean Barry, Sean Barrett and Noel Gubbins in their half back line. Noel Furlong and Frank Flannery around the middle of the park, 8 and 9. John Roach, Seamus Farrell and Niall McCarthy, that's their half forward line, and it's Derek Healy, Shawnee Fell, their captain, and their point scorer Michael Fitzgerald. Delaney is on the attack again. Shot comes in from 65 yards out. Is it the equaliser? It is from James Egan. Egan on the board for the first time in this match. It's a point for Delaney's, and it's James Egan who struck it over, 1 point apiece. Egan, as we said, started now at right half forward. Georgie Healy started at left half forward in this team, and we can see John O'Driscoll just in the middle. Mark McElhinney starting inside on the edge of the square. So tactically, well, will that work from a Delaney's point of view? It'll be a game of cat and mouse for a while until this match settles down. It's John Roach to Sean O'Farrell. Behind him is Rory O'Mahony. O'Farrell gets a touch on the ball, sprays it away. First time strike along the ground by Noel Furlong. Dribbles away left of the upright. No great danger to the net runner Vincent O'Brien from the Delaney's club. Delanys, of course, who lost a county final at this stage, intermediate decider, way back 1997 to Cloyne by 5 points, 112 to 17, a day when they didn't really perform to their potential. They're hoping to change that today. This is Vincent O'Brien. Noel Furlong saw that coming a long way, ran towards the flight of the ball, got it in, swung around on his left, gave a bit of work to do for Niall McCarthy to run out to the sideline. 60 yards out from goal. McCarthy, a strong player, beats off the challenge of two Delanys players, takes it on his left, gets the shot in, but puts it on the left-hand side of the upright. And another wide for Carrigtwohill, their second of the final. Delanys have one wide. We've played 6 minutes, and Kieran, very hard to call who's going to be favourites on this one, but for both it's a huge day.
Yeah, the bookies make it even money for each of them, and that's what most people would say, that this game is up for anybody to grab it. None of the two Eagans were picked at midfield, but none of them are playing there now. Barry Egan has gone in corner forward, Padraig O'Connell has come out midfield, and then, as I said earlier, Kevin Egan has gone back to centre back with James Cooney coming out to midfield.
Yes, we were expecting Kevin Egan to go back in that situation to centre back. Barry Egan also finished the semi-final at corner forward, so Delaney's probably just seen what worked for them, and remember they won big difficulty against Coaches for a long time. They're finishing, with the exception of their sub and Carrigtwohill, in the same state. On the attack now again, it's John O'Driscoll who got that great point at the end of the match, dropping the ball inside. Mark McElhenney goes up with Michael Barry, the fullback. It goes behind towards JJ Barry. A lot of Barrys in this Carrigtwohill team. JJ with the clearance out the field. It's gone back, and it's won on the far side of the field by Kevin Egan. Solos forward, tries to maybe kick the ball, gets it into the chest of a Carrigtwohill man, and it's that man coming out, the fullback, Michael Barry. Good defensive play by Michael Barry, the brother of Sean, of course, who's at right half back. Down he gets it to John Roach, just cuts inside now and looks to arrow the ball into the left corner. Sean O'Farrell and Rory O'Mahony out there together. O'Mahony fouling O'Farrell, a free into Carrigtwohill, into Michael Fitzgerald, and a chance for Carrigtwohill to edge back ahead again in this championship. They ran it very close in the match against St. Finbarr's in the quarter-final of the championship. It took a late point from this man, Mickey Fitzgerald, to keep them in the championship, but they have performed with some distinction in the replay that evening, and Coven went on, of course, comprehensively to put in a good performance in the semi-final. This is the shot from Fitzgerald. Is it the time to give a tick next to Fitzgerald's name? Well, Kieran, you're almost ready. We don't see that too often. Carrick with 3 wides early in the game. Disappointing with that one.
Yeah, disappointing free. No, we've had 2 frees that were badly missed. Earlier, James Egan missed a bad free, and the 2 free takers are the 2 people that have scored from play. I was very impressed with the Carrigtwohill backline in the semi-final. Very happy with them. Sean Barry and Michael Barry, 2 fine players. Sean Barrett very effective. Overall as a unit, you know, they blocked down the Harris. Mark McElhenney was very sharp in the semi-final as full forward when he played against Courses. You know, it's very interesting to see will he get the same leeway from Michael Barry today.
Free in to Delanys. It will be James Egan to take it. I've just been told that Rangers have scored against Celtic in the Old Firm Derby. This is a free for Delanys. It's a shot and it's a point. And James Egan, well, he's been pretty prolific, this guy. James Egan, he got 1 absolutely glorious point in the semi-final of the championship at a vital stage. 7 points he contributed in total in that match. He's off the mark again with 2 early on in this contest. This is JJ Barry, short a puck out. Noel Fallon comes deep behind his own 70. He's a natural defender. He likes to drop back a little bit. Down to his good friend Michael Fitzgerald at the top of the left. He takes the shot from 50 yards out, drops in around the house. Dangerous one. Derek Healy goes in on top of the goalkeeper. Delaney's have enough of players back there and sweeping back there and clearing it up the field. Here's James Cooney, gets it up to the middle of the park. This is Cooney on the ball now, looking around again. Shot coming in from 60 yards out. It's a 3rd point for Delanys. No, that was fast and that was slick. Kevin Egan in defence, James Cooney from midfield, trading places and combining effectively there. Egan should be at midfield, Cooney should be in defence, but by goodness, they did their respective jobs very well there. Good defensive play by Egan, great finish by Cooney. 3 points to 1 in the Delaney's machine, moving smoothly so far. They started slow against Corsage. In the semi-final, it almost cost them. Sean Barry underneath the dropping ball against George Healy. Sean Barrett, the centre-back, comes in and pulls in it again. Good hard play by James Cooney again. Up to Barry Egan's corner. Tries to get the ball on the stick. Tries to run away from the cornerback, Niall Kidney. Has it on the stick. Barry Egan, 21 yards out. Shortens the grip. It's a poor finish by Barry Egan. He won't add his name to the list of Delaney scores early on in this championship final. After 10 minutes of play, they lead by 3 points to 1, and they've made a more impressive start, Kieran.
Yes, they've been very impressive, and you could see that the Delaney supporters are really up for it, because that time when Barry was running, you could hear the crowd in the stand underneath us there really encouraging and urging him on. The 3 Egans have given so much, and you can see players like Georgie Healy who have given so much service to Delaney's. As you there at the start, they've been the bridesmaids so often. Everybody is wondering will they get their chance, and there's an awful lot of sympathy around the country for them. But this is a very young and eager Carrigtwohill team who have been very impressive right throughout the championship.
Just to confirm the full forward line, Mark O'Driscoll, Mark McElhinney and Barry Egan, that new look full forward line. Here from the puck out, Sean Barrett is in the back of Carrigtwohill. Gets the ball down to Sean O'Farrell, has it in the hand. Can you get inside? He's held up, says the referee, and O'Farrell was trying to bustle and push his way through. There's a penalty to Carrigtwohill. Sean O'Farrell, he was saying during the week, he needed a big game himself. He was hoping for a big game. Carrigtwohill needed a big game for him, and now he's won a penalty for them early on in this contest. 3 points to 1, the Munster Club final in Camogie, 40 minutes gone. Cashel 2-9, Clodove 1 point. Oh, disappointment there. There was a lot of hope for Clodove there. It's a penalty to Carrigtwohill. It will be Michael Fitzgerald to take it. 3 points to 1, 11 minutes gone. Will he try and blast it to the back of the net? Will he be happy just to strike it over the bar? The referee just indicating where he wants everybody else, the rest of the players, outside the exclusion zone. There's 4 or 5 of them will have to walk a couple of paces to get to the designated area. All of this time Fitzgerald stands. The Holly was behind the back. Now it's in front of him. Now he stands and looks, staring through Delanys defenders in the eyes. He goes for goal, saved on the line by the goalkeeper and cleared out by the cornerback Paul Crowley, and dropping deep there to pick it up is Kevin Egan, and he clears at the far side of the field to James Egan, trying to combine with Podger O'Connell far side of the field there. Carrigtwohill win the ball again. Fitzgerald again on the ball. Niall McCarthy inside him. Michael Fitzgerald from 35 yards out across the face of the square. Foul with the ball in the hand. Foul goes for the score. Stopped by the cornerback Ronan Foley. A great block, great defence by Delanys. Ball given away on the way out. Shot in again, and a third goal opportunity with the begging. The last time maybe it was John Roach, straight in from right corner forward with the shot there. 1, 2, 3 goal opportunities for Carrigtwohill and not taken. Could that change the course of a match even this early, Kieran?
At this early stage, you'd say the luck is with Delanys here today, because that one previous to he getting the penalty, Shawnee had buried the ball in the back of the net, and that time he had another opportunity and it could have been a goal for Carrigtwohill, and they had an opportunity to put the ball over the bar. You know, John Roach probably should have put the ball over the bar, because you know, you take your points and the goals would come, and it's probably disappointing. The free, John, was not that great, and Michael has been very, very impressive for his point taking. He hit the ball and hit it off the ground. I know the ground is hard enough, but you would expect the penalty to be taken with real power, and you know, very rarely would you have a ball hitting the ground and then going back into the back of the net.
Yellow card for Sean Barrett for a foul on John O'Driscoll from the puck out, so a chance for James Egan to get a 4th point for the Delanys. 70 yards out, he looks at the city and goal post. So it's a dangerous ball in. It's caught inside well by JJ Barry. He's been in great form between the Carrigtwohill sticks this season. Down he goes. Paul Finnegan goes up. Finnegan doesn't win the ball, but it'll break behind to Patrick O'Connell. Sends the ball soaring towards the edge of the square again. Running across there is Barry Egan, picking it up on the top of the right position, turning in the sixpence and driving it in, but sending it right and wide again. We have many, many listeners that would love to be here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, and for one reason or another are not. We think especially today of Willie Moore, former player, of course, with Lisgould and Carrigtwohill. Unfortunately, Willie unable to be with us. He is listening at home. We say good afternoon to you, Willie. Our thoughts are with you today. We also go to India, no less, because Michael Heron, of course, TD, very much a prominent Carrigtwohill man. Well, unfortunately, he's unable to be with us today as well. His heart, I'm sure, is in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. And we think of Joe and Mary Barry also. They're in Singapore, native Carrigtwohill people, glued, we believe, to the internet. Good afternoon, good morning, good night to you, whatever time it is in Singapore. Right now, Delaney's leading your beloved Carrigtwohill by 3 points to 1. That last attack by John O'Driscoll just snuffed out there, and we've only seen 4 points in this intermediate final after 14 minutes. Carrigtwohill opening to bridge a 52-year gap today. They won titles in 1896, 1909, 1949 and 1950. They were in a final, of course, as well, way back 31 years ago, but here they are now today, trying to bridge this 52-year gap and win the championship. JJ Barry, their Coolborough, he won a junior medal with them in 94, drops it down between Noel Furlong and the centre fielder Padraig O'Connell, breaks in favour of Delanys. On the attack again, Mark O'Driscoll coming out, Mark McElhinney will stay inside, tidying in defence down. That's good, competent, tidy play by the cornerback of Carrigtwohill, Mark Nolan, who sends it down to the middle of the park. Frank Flannery tries to get control of the ball, can't control it on the Holly. Delaney's hungry there. John O'Driscoll breaks the ball up. It goes up between O'Driscoll and Sean Barry. That's great present by Mark O'Driscoll. His presence got the ball all the way forward to George Healy. Healy on the edge of the semicircle. McElhinney inside. Goal chance for the ladies. McElhinney. Goal for the ladies. Mark McElhinney with the goal, but I'll credit that to Mark O'Driscoll, because way out the field he did the donkey walk. He beat 3 or 4 Carrigtwohill players by just walking and hunting for the ball. Georgie Healy carried it on. There was a man over inside, and boy, what a finish, Kieran.
What a finish, what a bullet of a goal. You had to credit so many people. Mark O'Driscoll for an earlier shoulder, and then we had Georgie Healy, did great work, that veteran there, and a lovely flick through, and he was probably fouled after the ball, but McElhinney just buried the ball to the back of the net.
Carrigtwohill trying to respond via Niall McCarthy. They do it. A great point by Niall McCarthy. His first of the final from 50 yards out. A point by Niall McCarthy. They needed that response though to that great Delanys goal. 1-3 to a point. Has Carrick done anything, I wonder, just in terms of the shape of their team looking around? They don't seem to have. They're as they were when they started this final. Delanys made a few changes before the throw in. So far so good for them. They lead by 1-3 to 2 points. We're only at the end of the first quarter though. Very early in the match. Barry Egan on the ball at top of the right. Behind him is Niall Kidney. Egan gets around them. Top of the left, I should say. Scoring chance for Egan. Sent it in too low. Almost intercepted for a moment there. And there was a touch off the Hully, the corner back there, or the full back Michael Barry was there. Well, they were claiming maybe a 65, but it's going to be a puck out. It was the Delanys man. Last touched the ball in there. McElhinney and Mac O'Driscoll and Barry Egan, none of them really listed to play in their respective positions. In fact, O'Driscoll, the only man in the full forward line that has started in the full forward line, but they all had a role to play in the last few minutes. It's been a good few minutes for the Delanys. It's JJ again, JJ Barry from Carrigtwohill, the busy of the two netminders. Coming there at centre back is Kevin Egan to bat the ball down across at the far side of the field again, up towards the wing back. That's Noel Gubbins of Carrigtwohill. It gets the better of James Egan, sends the ball soaring down to drop 60 yards out from goal. Derek Healy has it, the Carrigtwohill man. High lobbing delivery inside between Sean O'Fall and Rory O'Mahony. O'Fall is out from goal, about 30 yards out from goal. He'll look around for a bit of support. Three Delaney's men around them. Just too many bodies there. Taken away from him. Paul Finnegan clears it up the field. As far as halfway, John O'Driscoll comes deep. Frank Flannery got a bit of a knock in the middle of the park. Play on, says the referee. Ball out over the sideline. Right on underneath the covered stand here in Porky Creeve in headquarters. The crowd maybe in the region of 5,000 or 6,000 people already in here to see this intermediate hurling championship final. Carrigtwohill haven't settled yet, Garen.
They haven't yet, and it is unfortunate now that Frank is down injured. Previous to that, to the goal, and if we see it back in replay, I think Sean Barry, got a very heavy shoulder from Mark O'Driscoll, and Mark O'Driscoll was probably slightly lucky to get away with it, because he could have been deemed at some stages as maybe a bit off the ball. And I see since that Sean Barry is holding his shoulder, and he got an awful belt of a shoulder in that one. I would say that Frank Flannery will be okay again.
Yes, Flannery up on his feet, standing side by side with James Cooney. The sideline will be to Carrigtwohill. 17 minutes gone here in the first half. You with Cork Sports Sunday across the city and county. 103 FM in the county, 102.6 in the city. The aforementioned Sean Barry with the sideline, 69 yards out from goal. Niall McCarthy comes from left to right to try and pick it up. Shamey Farrell hasn't got into the match. Does now, tries to control the ball. Has run about 15 or 20 yards to try and control it. Has taken it into a dangerous position. The fullback Rory O'Mahony there ahead of the brother Sean O'Fall. Tried to clear it out the field. Blocked by the hard-working Niall McCarthy. Back comes Rory O'Mahony again. Back comes Jamie O'Fall. Has lost the helmet. Derek Healy picks it up now. 30 yards out from goal. Difficult angle. Not a lot of room. Shot by Healy is right and wide. Delaney's lost their first round, of course, by 7 points at Kinsale to Kilbrittain. And they trailed by 7 as well in the semi-final. They survived. They're still in the final. It's a good sign. Both of them, of course, defeated Glen Rovers on the way to the final. Both Carrigtwohill won by 9 points to 3, and eventually Delaney's got the better of Glen in a replay by 9 points to 8. Very close there. A great point right at the end of the match from Barry Egan. This is 1-3 to 2 points. This is the Coolborough with the puck out. Drops at the far side again. Around halfway there. Delaney's power and strength there with John O'Driscoll. Towering presence there at centre forward. Great solo run. There's a free man inside. It's James Egan on the 21-yard line. James Egan looks, turns left, then right, gets the shot in. McElhinney makes his presence felt again inside. A big frame of McElhinney. Now I can see Mac O'Driscoll straight across, calling for the pass. Didn't get it. Noel Gubbins comes across from left to right to intercept, and it's clearance again under a lot of pressure. Not a lot of time for the wing back to clear the ball. Delaney is really up for this game, really closing down the space, really making life difficult for Carrigtwohill in defence and in attack. And it will be a sideline again after 17, almost 18 minutes of play here in Porky Creeve in this championship decider, the permanent TSB Intermediate Hurling Championship showpiece. A championship, of course, that has gone east very often in recent years. 5 of the last 10 titles. The Seamus Long Cup has gone to East Cork. I wonder will it this year. This is Barry Egan with the sideline cut. 30 yards out from goal. Across the face of the post. Oh, it could have gone anywhere. It got a touch between Noel Furlong and Mac McElhinney in there, not too far wide of the uprights. A difficult ball to defend against, Kieran.
Oh yeah, that could have been a goal. A beautiful overhead pull from that lovely sideline ball, and it hit the base of the upright. It could have been a goal, and at that stage it would have been curtains. There's a lot. They're playing a much tougher hurling. Delanys are. They're fighting for everything, and they're prepared to be more physical than Carrigtwohill, and that's the one aspect that the Carrigtwohill mentors would want to be on the lookout for at half time, that they're not being as physical as Delanys on the day.
Here we go again. Delaney's on the attack again. Far side of the field. James Egan on the ball. Right half forward position. His dropping ball goes in and in and in, and from a long ways out there wasn't going to be a threat on this occasion to the Carrigtwohill defence, and the puck out will be again to JJ Barry. 1-3 into 2 points. A low scoring final. Played 19 minutes 20 seconds here in the opening half in Páirc Creeve, and Carrigtwohill just with those 2 points on the board so far. I'm sure the backroom team of Padraig Foley and Pat O'Connor and Niall Barrett will be hoping that their team will settle to the task before half time. Frank Flannery underneath the dropping ball. Again, there's a big presence of James Cooney around the middle of the park there, making it difficult for Carrigtwohill. Solo runners in and back done. Gets it inside to Mark O'Driscoll. Away to Georgie Healy. Shortened the grip. Deliberately lobbed it into Mac McElhinney. Got it ahead of Michael Barry. Inside to Barry Egan. Goal for the Delanys of absolute vintage quality. Oh, that was a movement made in heaven. 3 or 4 incisive passes. Great movement by Barry Egan. Stole inside the Carrigtwohill full back line, and a picture of a goal.
Oh, beautiful goal altogether. And McElhinney he scored the first one. He's involved in the second one, and that time he had 2 men as well as Barry Egan. There was another Delaney forward, and very slack marking. You know, we were praising the Carrigtwohill how good their backline was against Lucian, but they're falling apart today at the moment.
George Healy on the way forward. 2-3 to 2 points. Healy foul. Carrigtwohill 1. Jason Barrett on. He is on now. Carrigtwohill's probably most prized asset, but he's been away for the majority of the summer, only getting back to match fitness. Scored 2 points, made another when he came on in the semi-final. He's on now. I wonder what will they do. Jason Barrett could play in a variety of positions. Right now they just want him on the starting 15, but it's Delaney who are firing on all cylinders, leading by 2-3 to 2 points. Make it 2-3. 2-4 to 2 points. A point again over the bar. Yet another score, and this is so good for the Delanys, Kieran.
Yeah, so good for them. And Sean Barry is coming off now because he's holding his shoulder, and you'd know, and I wouldn't be one bit surprised if he has done serious damage to his shoulder from that shoulder that he got from Mark O'Driscoll early in the game.
2-4 to 2 points. Another point by James Egan. Niall McCarthy, can he lift the siege? Trying to go forward, right hand side of the field now. Shot in around the goal area. Goalkeeper Vincent O'Brien shot it out a couple of yards, but saw the ball go well outside the target. It's a time for Carrigtwohill to reassess. Jason Barrett to try and swing the tide at midfield, because Carrigtwohill, well, they've been playing second fiddle for a while there to Padraig O'Connell and to James Cooney in that vital sector. Ball not being won in the middle of the field, so it was always going to be difficult, and certainly a steady supply going inside to what is a very dangerous full forward line. Carrigtwohill losing the final, of course, 31 years ago. That was after a replay. There was a guy on the day, Michael Fox-Sheen, scored 6 goals on that day. An incredible day, because Carrigtwohill scored 8 goals and a point. Free to Carrigtwohill now. 2-4 to 2 points. Jason Barrett straight away into the dead ball, just behind halfway. Looks down the field. A couple of points on the board to steady the Carrigtwohill nails before half time, maybe. 8 minutes remaining. Very high from Jason Barrett. High and long in around the house. Shawnee Fowl trying to get underneath it. Breaks outside. A shot and a glorious goal for Carrigtwohill by Michael Fitzgerald. A smashing goal. Oh, superbly struck by Michael Fitzgerald. The roof of the net, the angle of crossbar and upright, the place the goalkeeper could not get a touch, and Michael Fitzgerald sending the ball soaring high to the net. It's 2-4 to 1-2. It's 10 points to 5, and we really have a game now in this intermediate championship showpiece. Vincent O'Brien with the puck out. John Roach's touch on the holly to Niall McCarthy, who's operating on the right hand side of the field. Paul Finnegan behind him. Now he looks around to funnel the ball to Jason Barrett. Doesn't control it. First time Padraig O'Connell back to make it difficult. Barrett fights hard front, gets it off his left, strikes it left-handed from 55 yards out, but well outside the upright. Barrett will make a difference, Kieran.
Oh, Barrett will make a huge difference. He was fantastic when he came on in the semi-final, but that time it was a beautiful goal from Michael. Not hit with a great amount of power, you know, but it was the way he placed it into the far off corner, you know, a fabulous goal. But at the same time, you had to credit Shawnee Farrell, because as the ball dropped in, Shawnee made his presence known, and all they had to do was to feed from him, and they did the right thing. They waited outside for the ball to come dropping out. Carrigtwohill needed that goal before half-time, because the Delanys were being rampant.
Barry Egan on the ball again. He's having a fine match in this final. Back he will give it again to Oates in the middle of the park. Patrick O'Connell, who jumps in inside to the edge of the square again. Danger again via John O'Driscoll. Back to Egan. He's straying and flowing around the place, and he gets another point. It's James Egan on the ball with a point from right half forward. James at right half forward, Barry inside the top of the left, Mac McElhinney on the edge of the square, and John O'Driscoll at centre forward. A big player so far for Delanys in that forward division, and John O'Driscoll certainly can trade places with Mac McElhinney. It's an option that Delanys have, but it's so far so good. Mac McElhinney has Bill at the back of the net already, remember. 24 minutes gone first half. He was 2-5 to 1-2 now. 11 points to 5-6 in the match again. Sean Barrett has discarded a characteristic blue helmet for Carrigtwohill. He's on the ball from the puck out. Looks around to try and put the ball into Derek Healy's corner. Closely marshalled there by Ronan Foley. The vigilant cornerback from Delanys gets the ball, looks up the field, drives it up left hand side of the field, out near the sideline. Mac O'Driscoll ran, tried to keep it in play. Behind him was Niall Kidney. Shrill blast of the whistle indicated the advantage to Delanys. The traffic flowing a lot towards the Carrigtwohill goal throughout the course of this first half. Territorially, Delanys have been on top. It's reflected in the score of 2-5 to 1-2, and James Egan, who can pop him over from left or right, taking this one here. He's midway between the 50 and the 70, about 61 yards out with this free. 3 yards in from the covered stand side of the field. Drops in, won't go dead. The touch of John O'Driscoll Tully inside the square. There will be a free out to Carrigtwohill, and Michael Barry back there to give the ball to his goalkeeper, J.J. Barry.
Yeah, and Delanys today have to thank their forward line, because their forward line are performing superbly. Like, this is a huge occasion for both teams. You know, to win a county is so much for both parishes, and it's the big men, the men with the experience. McEnally, John O'Driscoll, Georgie Healy, the old stager there, and James Egan, a fabulous player. They're all playing their part, and they're doing extremely well. And the Carrigtwohill backline were so impressive right throughout the championship, but today it's really been put off them. Then you have there are two very big men physically, McElhinney and O'Driscoll, and they're making their presence felt. And the move from Barry Egan in from midfield, where he was picked into corner forward, is working a dream for Delanys.
Sideline to Carrigtwohill, I should say. They're on the attack, 53 yards out from goal. It will be Derek Healy after a very good block done by Ronan Foley to deny the Carrigtwohill man a shot on goal. Another Carrigtwohill substitute coming in. It is Seamus Collins, who played in the 94 decider, who played with Imo Kelly at senior hurling level, so he was a player certainly for the big occasion. Will Seamus Collins be the man to lift Carrigtwohill this afternoon? He's on the forward division. They've made a substitution. It's Niall McCarthy on the ball. We'll stay with the play. Frank Flannery is off the field, dropping it inside to Sean O'Farrell again. Carrigtwohill looking for a score. Paul Finnegan trying to defend there at left cornerback. Out it goes for a moment to Niall McCarthy again. Steps inside off his left, trying to get the shot in. Another Delaney's body in the way. Paul Crowley is down there getting the ball. The cornerback for Delaney's. Out the field he gives it, and it's cleared further up there. Again by the Delaney's man back there. That's James Cooney. Up he gets it towards Barry Egan. Egan has straight way back to get the ball. He's being chased by Jason Barrett. Egan is on the ball 60 yards out from goal. Jason Barrett comes over, makes it difficult for him. Barrett wins the ball. Courageous stuff by Jason Barrett. Niall Kidney there as well, the immediate knock of Barry Egan, who's had a difficult task with Egan in the opening stages of the match. On the ground over there, and there's a bit of a tension and a breather maybe for both sets of players there. But Carrigtwohill concert. Now Seamus Collins is a guy certainly that was a regular member of the Carrigtwohill team previously, knows all about it. He's gone in there, maybe a bit of experience needed now for Carrigtwohill in there, Kieran.
Yes, I think they're right to bring in the move, and they maybe, in retrospect, maybe they should have brought Jason Barrett and have him on since the start of the game, because he was so impressive when he came on. He probably one of their best players. I know you don't change a winning side, but he's such a good player. Maybe they would have been better off starting off with him. The other thing I would say from a Carrigtwohill point of vieh, Seamus Farrell he hasn't performed really up to his capabilities, and that's probably slightly disappointing. Niall McCarthy, Cork Senior again, isn't into the game. Just compare the two of those with the way that McElhinney, O'Driscoll, Georgie Healy and James Egan have played, and Barry Egan, there's a big difference, and I think Carrigtwohill will be looking a lot more from their big guns.
Yellow card being flashed for both Barry Egan and Niall Kidney. Clash ball as a result. Carrigtwohill on the ball to Sean Barrett, to Seamus Farrell. Now at left half forward. Niall McCarthy's gone centre forward. Inside the slips between Rory O'Mahony and Sean O'Farrell. O'Mahony doing pretty well on Sean O'Farrell so far. Ball gone behind. Paul Crowley is defending. Back over there it goes to Kevin Egan. Deep down the right cornerback position for a moment. Townsend strikes the ball up the field. Will it carry out over the sideline? Yes, it will. Just on halfway. A look around the ground. We have maybe 6,500 roughly in the ground. Expectation is for a couple more to come in. in advance of the Siena decider, of course. That's the Siena Football Championship decider. It's on at 4:15. It's Nemo Rangers against Bishopstown. Change of volley for Jason Barrett. Sideline cut across at the far side there. Taken very smartly by Carrigtwohill. Down it goes again cutting the ball out there is Kevin Egan. Half hooked as he tried to clear it. Now an opportunity for Niall McCarthy. He's to wriggle away from difficulty to get a shot in from 30 yards out. Drops in high. The umpire had a long look before he signalled it left and wide. And it still remains 2-5 to 1-2, 11 points to 5. Carrigtwohill wides building up in this first half. They may rue them yet before the end of this contest. We wonder. That's 8 wides in the first half for Carrigtwohill. 28, almost 29 minutes gone here. Now in the first half again, Vincent O'Brien's puck out carries a long way. Noel Falling dropping deep to pick it up there. 9 on his back, but he's playing in a much more deeper role now. Gone back there to clear the ball up the field again. Ball gone out over the sideline though, and it will be a sideline to Carrigtwohill about 60 yards out from their own goal. Yes, since the introduction of Jason Barrett around the middle of the park, Carrigtwohill have reorganised it a little bit. They've done trying to do a bit of a man-marking job there. I see Noel Falling standing side by side with James Egan at the moment, watching the sideline cut, and his colleague Jason Barrett a few yards behind his own 70, striking it now left-handed down the field. Niall McCarthy runs across. Initially a good touch on the Holly to control it. Did well to come back and regain possession ahead of Padraig O'Connell. Now to try and get the shot in. Cut out there by Paul Finnegan. Up it goes to Jason Barrett again. 70 yards out. Stats on a solo run. Ball went to ground. Got it back again. McCarthy outside him if he needs him. Gave him the reverse hand pass inside. A little elaborate, but he did find Niall McCarthy. McCarthy still with it now. 56 yards out from goal. Dangerous ball in. Battered away by Vincent O'Brien out the field. Dropping deep is Kevin Egan to pick it up. Nice slip hand pass away. Georgie Healy back there as well. The two guys in the white helmet trying to combine for the Delanys there. Between them, there's stuff out the Carrigtwohill challenge. Between them, they start a counter-attack. They're on the way with Healy at centre, but beaten there by the on-running Michael Fitzgerald, who chased Georgie Healy back. Got the ball off his Holly. Sent it back down the right-hand side of the field. Up inside when Jamie Collins trying to get on the ball. Is he held back? Yes, he is by Ronan Foley. A free into Carrigtwohill. Michael Fitzgerald to try and add a third point for Carrigtwohill at the end of this first half. Delanys, will they become the 47th team to win this championship? 46 teams have won the county intermediate hurling championship in the past. Michael Fitzgerald, well, 4 times before the cup has come to Carrigtwohill. Can he be part of this team? Can Carrigtwohill conjure up a comeback in this match? Very strong defensively throughout the course of the season. Delanys, though, finished their semi-final so strongly. It makes for a fascinating second half. Fitzgerald sends the ball in, an unusual free. It went into the near post. The goalkeeper went around to try and get a touch on it. He seemed to almost go to try and drop the ball into the near post. The net result is that it will be a 65 for Carrigtwohill. It will be Derek Healy possibly to take it. Healy can hit them. Jason Barrett can hit them. Michael Fitzgerald could hit them. It's going to be Derek Healy. 2-5 to 1-2. 8 wides in the opening half. We're into stoppage time. Over a minute of first half injury time played here. And Delanys with the cushion of the 6 points, facing up to Derek Healy, 65. A little left of centre, off the stick of Healy. In it goes. Umpire looks and looks and looks for the flag and puts it up. 5 in the match now. 2-5 to Delanys, 1-3 to Carrigtwohill. 11 points to 6. Not much more in the first half. The hand of the referee goes up to call for the ball. A lot to catch up on in half-time. We'll be back. We'll reflect on what we've seen a little later on, Rory. But at half-time in the 2002 Permanent TSB Intermediate Hurling Championship Final, it's Delanys who lead Carrigtwohill by 2 goals and 5 points to 1 goal and 3.
Sunderland nil. And of course, Blackburn taking on Spurs. That game's just about to get underway. Let's get a preview now from Peter Smith.
Why are we looking at the picture the other way around?
I wasn't the guest the last one.
He's gone down that way now.
2 bad wides.
And the number on the back of the ring.
2 bad wides, couldn't it?
The numbers are reversed.
Yeah.
He's 11 now, that's a bad example.
the drama and the excitement of the county championship live. Only on Cork Sports News. 102 FM. Sunday on number 3 FM right across the county, 102.6 to the city. Time for some of the programme to return to County Street now. The second half action in the permanent TSC County Intermediate Hurling final. Delanys taking on Carrigtwohill. Once again, the half-time scoreboard right. Delanys to goal and 5. Carrigtwohill then goal and 3. Once again, your big match commentator, John Gatley.
Still the same scoreline as you rejoin us here. Delanys on the attack. Carrigtwohill have set a few early wides in the second half. They've now got Derek Healy paired with Jason Barrett at midfield for the start of the second period. Is Paul Finnegan defending at left half back for Delanys. Down the right hand side of the attack, that's James Egan, country there, beaten by Noel Furlong, probably more at home. Back now in the wing back position, great ball inside to Michael Fitzgerald, goal scoring chance on the 21 for Fitzgerald. Oh, a brave save by the goalkeeper. Very, very alert goalkeeping by Vincent O'Brien. He shot out a goal at pace, and just as Fitzgerald was swinging the hurley to get the shot on goal, the pressure of the defender and the impact of the goalkeeper diverted the ball behind for a 65. Derek Healy finished the half with a point for a 65 for Carrigtwohill. Can he start the second half by replicating that deed? Shamey Fowler at wing forward, as we said. Niall McCarthy at centre forward for Carrigtwohill. Two midfielders again. A new combination there. Frank Flannery has been substituted. Noel Furlong gone back to play at left half back. Noel Gubbins gone across to play at right half back. That because Sean Barry went off injured towards the end of the first half. Derek Healy with the 65 for Carrigtwohill. 2-5 to 1-3. 5 points in the match. Referee talking to one of the Delanys defenders in there before he allows the 65 to be taken.
Yes, John, I think the goalie is injured because that time in his bravery coming out, Vincent O'Brien, actually what happened, I think anyway, is that the sitter hit him across the head, and I think he's got a nasty injury in the forehead. Very, very brave out of the goalkeeper to come out. A great opportunity for Michael Fitzgerald. He caught a beautiful ball, and it looked like he was going to bury it in the back of net. Previous to that, Carrigtwohill, very disappointing because they had two opportunities of points and put both of them wide.
Free then to the 65, I should say, to Carrigtwohill. Derek Healy, Carrigtwohill's third appearance here in Porky Creeve this season. They defeated Bandon 2-10 to 10 points, and Newcestown 20 points to 11 in the semi-final. They want to make it another successful return to headquarters. A lot of care being taken by Derek Healy. Has had to concentrate whilst that bit of a chat was going on inside, and it's a third wide for Carrigtwohill at the start of the second half. 8 in the first half, 3 inside, 3.5 minutes the second period. That's 11 in the match. In terms of wides, the Delanys have hit 7 wides. They lead, more importantly, 2-5 to 1-3. Vincent O'Brien, what brave goalkeeping by him. Recovered, he steps back a couple of yards. Then from the right hand side of his goal, left-handed, he sends the slitter soaring across the 270s. Derek Healy underneath it. Sean Barry's frame tries to come in to intercept the ball, pokes it away, but only at the expense of a sideline to Declan Collins, the inspirational captain of the Delanys. I remember the last 10 minutes of the semi-final. Down the right flank here, he set up a couple of scores. He defended heroically. He's been a great captain. He's a Delanys man through and through. He takes the 65. Down it goes to John O'Driscoll's Hully. Battered away from Noel Furlong by John O'Driscoll. Out wide it goes to James Egan. Shot not successful by Egan. It's gone away in right and wide, and it will be puck out again from this near side of the field for the Coolbara, and that man will be J.J. Barry. Barry, of course, one of the members of the 94 county winning team against Barry Road. That was the day that Carrigtwohill produced great guts and character to win the final. They'll need the same to win this one. From the puck out, Delaney's just seen Noel Furlong has gone down with a little bit of an injury, and I saw the centre-back Kevin Hegan just shooting out there to pick up the loose ball, and Noel Furlong, a Carrigtwohill player who has been dogged with injury in recent years, now on the deck, and there'll have to be a few running repairs done to Furlong. They haven't had a great lot of luck today, Kieran, in terms of injuries, Carrigtwohill.
Yeah, they've been unlucky everywhere. You know, they missed 3, as you say, 3 points at the start of the second half. They could have got a goal, missed a penalty, so luck hasn't been in their way, but at the same time, you look at Delaney's had an opportunity for goal and hit the upright, that it could have been a ball into the back of the net. That time I think Noel Furlong, he came out brave to hit the ball, and James Egan, you know, was in the process of hitting the ball. It was accidental. Previous to that, Noel was very lucky because the last wide that James Egan had, Noel threw the hurley and was lucky to get away with it.
Free to Carrigtwohill, Derek Healy between the 50 and the 70. The fourth chance for Carrigtwohill in the second half to get a point, and this time they send it wide again. Oh, they're throwing away this intermediate championship. They should be a lot closer to the Delanys, but they are missing chance after chance. at the chance to the second period. East Cork winners in the last 10 years, Youghal in 93, St. Catherine's 94, Cloy 97, Castlelyons 98, and of course Killer in 2001. Carrigtwohill want to add their name to it. Right now, despite having a lot of ball at the start of the second period, they're not making inroads into the Delanys lead, and it's Delanys through James Cooney and to another James Egan, who get the ball motoring down to Mark McElhinney, right out on the right corner forward position, into the hand of JJ Barry. Fast snappy delivery out the field. John Roach runs over to try and keep the ball in play. Paul Finnegan will run with him. The Delanys man gets the touch on the ball. Derek Healy goes back behind his own 70 to try and pick up the ball. Podger O'Connell just makes life very difficult for him. As a result, the shot, well, it was a half kind of a shot, and the Delanys man benefits. And the ball is O'Connell soloing forward. He's got 15, 20, 25 yards. Niall McCarthy, credit him for running back and chasing back and winning back the ball and dropping it inside to Sean O'Farrell Country, who in turn is held by Rory O'Mahony. And surely Carrigtwohill will get a point from this. It's inside the semicircle. Mickey Daff is charged to take it. Surely this will be the elusive score. They've had a lot of possession, but the scores have really deserted them. Early in this second period, they beat the Glen 9-3, Bandon 2-10 to 10 points, of course, to 16 points apiece. Draw with the Bars, 4-10 to 6 points. They won the replay, 20 points to 11 against Newcestown. Fullback being spoken to, here's Rory O'Mahony for the challenge on the full forward, Sean O'Farrell. Two big men in there that having an interesting old duel throughout the course of the afternoon. Michael Fitzgerald in the edge of the semicircle. Yellow card for Rory O'Mahony as Michael Fitzgerald lines up to take this one. 2-5 to 1-3 the scoreboard against Carrigtwohill. 7.5 minutes gone, second half. Shot and a point by Michael Fitzgerald. 2-5 to 1-4.
Yes, for the penalty incident in the first half, Rory got a ticking off on the referee, and for the second ticking that time he had to give him a yellow card. I could see Niall McCarthy, maybe he's centre forward, but I could also see him maybe even drifting out to midfield, because at this stage I think the midfield battle is being won by Delanys, and maybe you could have someone like Niall going out to midfield.
Paul McCarthy just trots on the Carrigtwohill team. It's their third sub of the afternoon. I think it's John Roach who's going to be making way. So Carrigtwohill, they've lost Sean Barry through injury, but they've also made two tactical substitutions. Obviously the backroom team of Paddy Foley and Pat O'Connor and Niall Barrett concerned that this final is not going their way. In all honesty, they have played a good bit below potential. They've huffed and puffed a bit in this championship. They've been brilliant on a few occasions. They've got to the final hoping for one very big performance. So far though, they haven't really produced it. Sideline to Delanys from the puck out. It's on their just marginally inside their own half of the field in the left half back position, and it will be Paul Finnegan to take it. That substitution, pretty much a direct substitution. Paul McCarthy was a member of the team early on, came back, didn't regain his place, back in now to play at right half forward. Derek Healy stepped at corner forward. He's out in the middle of the park. Up it'll go towards Shamie O'Farrell. He's left the helmet behind him at half time. Starts on the solo run now. He's 60 yards out from goal. Again, two Delaney's men, Decky Collins and Paul Crowley, smother around them. Michael Fitzgerald comes in, won the ball, but was a tripped as he tried to get away from his marker. A free to Fitzgerald to take it 50 yards out from goal, 10 in from the near sideline. Chance for another Carrigtwohill point. They haven't managed back-to-back points too often in this match, and Delanys really haven't managed much in the second half. Just looking at the scoreboard, they've only 2-5 on the board as it was at the break. If Fitzgerald can point this, there'll be only 3 between them. He strikes, he scores for Carrigtwohill. It's 2-5 to 1-5. Carrigtwohill have missed chances. They've played second fiddle for quite a while, but they're only a puck of a ball behind. Maybe it's time for Delaney sub. Yes, it is, I would imagine. The coaches, Pat O'Connell, Eddie Sheehan and Jim Egan, will send a man into duty. It could be Conor Foley. He was the prize jewel in the semi-final of the championship, and number 18, Conor Foley, is in again. Got 3 glorious points. I thought really, just like Jason Barrett, that he should have started this final today, but the selectors showing loyalty to the respective teams that got them to the final, and now Conor Foley with his chance at the expense of Mark O'Driscoll in the top of the right for Delanys. Delanys, the men from Dublin Hill, leading Carrigtwohill from East Cork by 2-5 to 1-5 after 10 second half minutes, and Carrigtwohill enjoying their best period of the match with Shamie Collins. Up it goes there to Ronan Foley. Foley falls, Shamie Collins. Another free, another chance for Michael Fitzgerald to extend his personal total, but to eat into the Delaney's advantage. He struck over one from left. Now he's this chance to strike it over from right 40 yards out from goal, just a yard or two from the uncovered stand side of the field. A difficult angle, right-handedly he'll try and swing the sliotar in over the bar. Delaney's gone out of this match, gone quiet. The ball hasn't gone up there a lot in the second half. Fitzgerald shot, Fitzgerald's wide. Delaney's midfield, Kieran, they had dominance early on in the half-back line as well, but Carrig, the new look, the new combination, working better.
Yes, and I would say the two substitutes that I have made, you know, especially I think Jason Barrett has made a huge difference to Carrigtwohill, and Carrigtwohill are playing by far the better hurling in the second half. They've had 5 wides just to 1 wide for Delanys, and they're dominating the game, but they're not on the scoreboard.
Mark McElhinney now at centre forward. John O'Driscoll inside at full forward. McElhinney breaks the ball down from the puck up by the goalkeeper into the path of Sean Barrett. Goes back to try and win it. Derek Keeley comes in and helps him. This just inside the Carrigtwohill half of the field. Shamie Collins really getting into this match, showing strength and power, but Delaney's matching muscle with muscle. McElhinney will dive for the jersey on the ground. Could do very little with the ball maybe, but the referee indicates that it's a foul against the Delaney's man. A free in favour of Carrigtwohill, and Carrigtwohill taking a leaf out of the Delaney's book in the first half. They are working much harder, much more industrious now, crowding around the man on the ball and making it a lot more difficult for Delaney's to get a free strike on the ball. Derek Healy with the chance for Carrigtwohill, 2-5 to 1-5, just inside the Delaney's half of the field, midway between the far upright and the sideline, very much left of centre. In goes the sliotar, drops in, came off the upright. It'll break to Shamie Collins on top of the right. Sean O'Fall behind him, back to Sean O'Fall. The strength, the power of O'Fall, the shot of O'Fall, got behind for 65, is it? Stopped on the goal line by the cornerback Paul Crowley, and he stepped behind with the ball. A 65 for Carrigtwohill. Derek Healy, another chance. Healy certainly has seen a lot of ball, a lot of dead balls on the start of this second period. Now another chance, this a little bit nearer than the shot that just dropped a little bit short a minute ago and came off the upright. That could have gone anywhere. This is Derek Healy. Will he leave it to Michael Fitzgerald? Yes, he will. Fitzgerald is coming out to take the 65. Interestingly, the stats on the way to the final. Both teams have an average of 16 points scored in this championship per match. Delaney's 581 in 6 games. Carrigtwohill 665 in 5 matches. Michael Fitzgerald with a free. The 65 lobs in and lobs over the bar. 2 points in the match, and Carrigtwohill at last getting into the groove and getting into the mood of this match, Kieran.
Yes, they are. They're really dominating the second half, and you know the ball. We were talking how well the forward line had been playing for the Delanys in the first half, but the ball isn't getting up to them. Mark McElhinney had to come out and try and get a ball out around the middle of the field, and that shows you the dominance right throughout. We'll say their half back line and half forward line from Carrigtwohill in the second half. They're hunting in packs, and I'd say they got a fair roasting at half time because they weren't in the game in the first half.
Declan Collins tried to funnel the ball down the wing to Barry Egan. It was cut out by the Carrigtwohill man Noel Gubbins at the expense of a sideline. Well, we thought to the Delaney's, but the referee has given it to Carrigtwohill. The little decisions now going in favour of Carrigtwohill. I can see the Delaney's wing backs have switched again. Paul Finnegan now on the right, Declan Collins now on the left. Finnegan on the ball at right half back. Shamie O'Fall behind him, stolen away from him, but Finnegan came back. A good ground stroke down to Mark McElhinney, who's gone back to the edge of the square again. Roland Foley will be a threat if he can get on the ball. Barry Egan always is inside. McElhinney chases it out this near side to John O'Driscoll. Tried to get the shot in, stopped by the cornerback Mac Nolan. Ball is still in play. McElhinney touches it back. Now it's Roland Foley. Barry Egan is inside at the far post. Unmarked if he can get the ball across. Surely fouled by Mark Nolan. He is, and there's a free into the Delaney's. This would be their first point of the second half. Conor Foley there, such an impressive substitution in the semi-final. A man certainly that could spark a revival for the Delaney's again. They need a bit of a revival, even though it's contradictory. They lead by 2 points, 2-5 to 1-6. They've been playing second fiddle. This is the free. That's the point from James Egan. The man at 12 gets a 6 point for the Delaney's. It's 2-6 to 1-6 after 14 and a half minutes of this second half here. A big year for the Delaney's. They're upgrading their facilities. They're on a major fundraising drive as well on the north side between the Glen and the Piershig. What a year it would be to bring silverware home to Dublin Hill. 2-6 to 1-6. Puck out, lands with McElhinney, touches it down to James Cooney. James Egan gets it away. Seamus O'Fall is onto it. At wing forward, Seamus O'Fall chased out by Paul Finnegan. Gave it into the hand, not intentionally obviously, of Finnegan. Back it goes now and sent down the line by hard-working James Egan. On into the hand of Sean Barrett. Released up the field towards the full forward Sean O'Farrell. Broken away from him. Comes back to the cornerback Paul Crowley, and the right cornerback sends the ball down the line to James Egan. First touch let him down. It went away to Jason Barrett. Back to the older brother Sean. Sprayed it across to the sub Paul McCarthy. Still looking for his full first touch. Behind him is Dickie Collins. McCarthy gets a good first touch inside to Sean O'Farrell. A great catch by Rory O'Mahony, the fullback, falling as he tried to come out, fouled as he come out, and the referee has penalised the Delanys man as he came out for overplaying the ball. It's a free into Carrigtwohill. There was a great bit of defending initially by the fullback, but now it's cost him a free, and this the chance for Michael Fitzgerald to cut the 3-point margin back to a 2-point margin. 2-6 to 1-6. 16 minutes gone, second half. Michael Fitzgerald, left hand side of the semicircle. Carrigtwohill with 3 subs on the field already, knowing that they need to change the fortunes of the first half. Michael Fitzgerald helps that task on its way. Another point, only 2 between them. Delanys badly need a couple of scores, Kieran.
Yes, but at the same time, I think for the neutral there, John, it's a great game of hurling. Very, very fairly played. You know, every ball fought for. And it's not been the highest of scorings of games, but I think it's a very honest game, and it's a very, very, very good game of hurling.
And the great balls, a great atmosphere now in the climax of the permanent TSB Intermediate Hurling Championship. Delanys, well, they've been playing second fiddle at midfield for most of the second half. Where's the initiative going to go from this puck out? They're hunting in packs, Delanys and Carrigtwohill. It's the Delanys man on the ball now. It is James Egan at right half forward. The solo by James Egan, chased into the corner by Jason Barrett. Hit it rather hurriedly into the hand of McElhinney. A great catch by McElhinney. He needs a free man, does he? Will he go for the shot? Great hook by Noel Fullan. Stolen away from him and sent up the field, and that's great defending by Carrigtwohill's Noel Gubbins. Up it goes again, stopped in the centre back position by Kevin Egan. Away to Declan Collins, the team captain, wearing 5 but playing now at left half back. Play anywhere for the cause. Intelligent ball, just neatly slipped inside to Barry Egan. Down it goes now to Padraig O'Connell. O'Connell, that's a great tub by Padraig O'Connell. Got away from the Carrigtwohill man, 14 yards out from goal. Oh, just lost control of the sliotar as he was lining up a shot. It's fallen behind to JJ Barry. He tidies up, he clears it out the field. Half a goal chance for Delaney's lost, and the ball reaches Niall McCarthy, 50 yards out from goal. Shot for Niall McCarthy. Point by Niall McCarthy. And such things do championship finals turn, maybe. Delaney's had half a goal chance at the far side there as Padraig O'Connell ran through. He just lost the sliotar and suddenly point at the other end.
Yeah, how fast things have changed. Is that time Padraig there, you know, he was clean through, could have put the ball even into the back of the net, or definitely a point. And it was great work by Declan Collins, the Delaney's captain previously, that won that ball for him.
Barry Egan back to midfield. Padraig O'Connell gone to top of the left. Carrigtwohill winning midfield. They've won it again. And it's Shamey O'Farrell up to another Shamey. That's Shamey Collins, the top of the right. Behind him is Ronan Foley. Collins, the Hull Run footballer, gets on the ball. Foley tries to keep him out. Collins still on the ball. 21 yards out. Very awkward angle. Lobs the ball very high. In, and what a point by Shamey Collins. The point of the match by Seamus Collins. Everything going right for Carrick now. The crowd behind them, the buzz is with Carrigtwohill at the moment. They are level. It's 2-6 to Delanys, 1-9 to Carrigtwohill. 11 minutes left in the final. Another Delanys sub will be needed, maybe. There's a white helmet after being thrown off. It's the white helmet of Kevin Egan, the centre back of Delanys. They're feeling the heat a bit at the moment. It's a very entertaining final, a very close final. Dominated first by Delanys, then by Carrigtwohill. Shot coming in by George Healy. Well left, well wide. Healy is at left half forward. John O'Driscoll is at centre forward now. James Egan is at right half forward. Substitute Conor Foley at top of the right. Mark McElhinney is at full forward. And Padraig O'Connell, interestingly, is gone in to play at top of the left, which means that at midfield it's James Cooney and it's Barry Egan. They're changing around, a bit concerned. Carrigtwohill getting on top on vital areas, particularly at midfield, where Jason Barrett and Derek Keeley have worked the oracle. But the ladies win this puck out. Sent forward by O'Driscoll. That's John O'Driscoll to Mark McElhinney. McElhinney pokes it away to James Egan. Noel Fullan runs after him. Fullan tries to keep Egan out. Egan with the shot in. Great save by JJ Barry. The shot right going across his Hully, but a great bit of goalkeeping as the ball was heading towards the far side of the net by JJ Barry. His clearance out the field. Breaks off the Hully of a Carrigtwohill man. It's a sideline to Delanys. It's 2-6 to Delanys. It's 1-9 to Carrigtwohill. 10 minutes exactly remaining in this tension-filled, nerve-tingling final now in Porky Creve. Delaney so scarce of scores in the second half just once they have bothered the umpire to raise a flag. Is there something big in them to finish this final? Barry against sideline cut in from 60 yards out into the path of the fullback Michael Barry of Carrigtwohill, direct hurling up to Shamey Farrell. Farrell will look at the goalpost. He'll send it long in between Collins and Shauno. Shauno Farrell inside. Defending is Rory O'Mahony and Rory Foley. Ball on the ground between the 21 and the 14. The Delanys man has it. It's the cornerback Paul Crowley who cleared it out, but racing up there from wing back to get it is Noel Gubbins for Carrigtwohill. Gubbins over there now, looks inside, gives it to Shamey O'Farrell. First touch got away from him, won it back again, then just dropped the ball over the head of the Delanys player. Great skill, great shot. Is it a great finish? Yes it is. Carrigtwohill are ahead. Seamus O'Farrell showing a confidence and showing a cockiness maybe that wasn't in this Carrigtwohill performance early on in the day, but it is now. They're beginning to express themselves, they're beginning to play now with confidence, and Kieran at the moment, they've just aged ever so slightly into the driving seat.
Yes, and I think it's the youth that's standing to them at the moment, because I'll tell you, the pace that this game is being played at, you know, it will test the skill or the stamina of any players, and this is a very young Carrigtwohill team. But John, even though there's only a point in the game, what's the betting that this could end in a draw?
Michael Scallon, our producer, just reminded me it's Carrigtwohill's first time leading in this match since the 28th second when Michael Fitzgerald got a smashing point from play early on. 21 and a half minutes gone here. Free it will be to Delanys. They're a point behind. Just Barry Egan to take it. Couple of yards inside his own half of the field. 2-6 to 110. 110 Carrigtwohill, 2-6 to Delanys. A change of hurling, maybe a drop of water for one of the Carrigtwohill players. The eyes of the thousands, maybe 8,000 or 9,000, watching Barry Egan try to draw the teams on level terms. He succeeds. Point number 2 in the second half for the men of Delanys. Is Kevin Egan, in fact, the younger brother that struck it. The centre back Kevin Egan, the man that got the point. A point for Kevin Egan, a point for Delanys. It's 110 Carrigtwohill, it's 2-7 to Delanys, and it's a little under 8 minutes remaining. Paul Finnegan, the wing back, watches the dropping ball. Kevin Egan, his colleague, got there to JJ Barry's puck out. The man that got the point gets Delanys moving again. Now it goes down to Barry Egan, to James Egan. James Egan has a great heroic block by Jason Barrett. Comes back down favor to the Delanys man. Jinks around. Jason Barrett came back again. Still Egan gets the ball down to cornerback Mark Nolan for Carrigtwohill. Carrigtwohill trying to clear the lines. Delanys have it won there with John O'Driscoll on the 21-yard line. Rolled out on the sideline. Drops inside the Roland Foley. Shot from an awkward angle is blocked. If it'll go behind, it'll be 65. JJ Barry doesn't leave it go behind. Gets the ball on the end line. Clears it as far as the middle of the park. Into the hand of Paul Finnegan. Solo run by Paul Finnegan. Kick clearance by Paul Finnegan to the left hand side of the field. McElhenney will run out there. Michael Barry will run behind them. Sean Barry will be there. Free against the Carrigtwohill man. Free to Delanys. Chance for James Egan to put them in from Dublin Hill. Back ahead again. Kieran mentioned the draw. I'll tell you, it would be heartbreak for any team to lose this final the way it's flowing at the moment. No question about it. Both of them have contributed richly to it. Both of them in their time have played impressively. In 1992, Bishopstown defeated Cloyne. In 2000, Douglas defeated Ahada. 2 city wins against these Cork teams. Will the ladies make it a third in 11 seasons? We wonder. This to put them ahead again. They trailed, they played second fiddle, but James Egan can't put them ahead. It's a weak free. Has it the mileage to go over the bar? It's touched behind for a 65 from JJ Barry, a 65 to Delanys. Either way, Kieran, it could swing all the way, but Delanys a bit revitalised again in the last few minutes.
They are, and once Carrigtwohill went ahead, you could see there was an extra spurt came into the Delanys. They said, look, we're not going to lose this final. And you could see when that ball was tipped out for the 65, you could see Kevin Egan broadening his shoulders and looking forward to taking this free.
And now a chance to replicate that. It will be the 65. It's been hit in by Kevin Egan. Is it successful? Yes, it is. A point for Delanys. Another point struck with real confidence by Kevin Egan over the bar. And at the watch says 24 minutes gone second half. A point by Kevin Egan makes it 2-8 to 110. Another Carrigtwohill substitute. It's Donald Collins who came on in the semi-final. Coming on now for the closing 6 minutes of this match for a Carrigtwohill team that came from behind. There were 6 points down at one stage. They turned it around to lead, but they'll have to turn around the point deficit again to keep the dream alive. 5.5 minutes remaining. Delanys lifted, playing the better hurling. Carrigtwohill now have to defend again as they go forward. Noel Gubbins is off the Carrigtwohill team. Inside it goes to John O'Driscoll, poked away from John O'Driscoll. Back goes Jason Barrett. Now back at wing back for a moment. Ronan Foley tries to get it. Jason Barrett gets it. Mark Nolan is there, the cornerback. Delaney's on the ball. Nolan down the right hand side. It's Conor Foley down the right hand side of the field. Drops it across Georgie. Healy is at top of the right. He'll run. He'll just keep it in play. Niall Kidney is the cornerback. Healy has it. Healy cuts in, goes for a goal, saved by Barry, and it's gone away to his defender, and it surely should be Michael Barry to clear it out. There should have been a point, there should have been a score. Healy went for the goal, missed it. Delaney's on a second win at the moment. Another chance, the chance for Padraig O'Connell. The shot, and another missed opportunity for Delaney's. Carrigtwohill were a bit careless at the start of the half, but Delaney's Kieran throwing away a few chances now.
Yes, they threw away a few chances there, and if Carrigtwohill have to draw or win this game today, I think no one more so than JJ Barry has kept him in this game. He's made two fantastic saves in the second half of them.
2-8 to 110, anybody's game. 4 minutes remaining in the final. It's Delanys who lead by a point. It's John O'Driscoll and Donald Collins, the substitute. The Carrigtwohill substitute has the ball at midfield to give the ball to a forwards. We haven't seen that for a while. Kevin Egan at centre back bats it down, only to Derek Healy, 70 yards out from goal. Covers stand side of the field, inside to Shamey O'Farrell. He's beaten by Kevin Egan, pulls on the ball, gets it out the field. Great tenacity shown by Derek Healy to give it to Niall McCarthy to draw the teams on level terms, but he misses it. Niall McCarthy, he too probably should have scored. So many players should have scored a few points at vital stages here. It could end anyway. 3.5 minutes remaining in the final. There's a fine trophy, the Trophy Craft Manufacturing Supply Trophy for the man of the match today. It's a beautiful piece of Genesis. Who will carry it home this evening? We wonder who will be the man of the match. We wonder even who will be the winners of this match. It's the cool bar of Delaney's, Vincent O'Brien, down the field to the wing back of Carrigtwohill, Noel Furlong. Good win by Noel Furlong, up to Mickey Daff, Fitzgerald. Paul Crowley touches it down. He'll give it to Kevin Egan at centre back. That's great hurling by Egan. Swiveled and turned and struck it and clear it down the field again. A marvellous game of hurling now. Noel Furlong is wing back. He gets it again, and for the second time, well, I was just about to say he cleared it, but again, the weight, the power, the strength of a Delaney's man got in the way. It was John O'Driscoll, and instead of a long, straightforward clearance for Carrigtwohill, it is a sideline for the cornerback, Mark Nolan, to take 40 yards out from his own goal. 2.5 minutes left in the final. Delaney's leading by 2-8 to 110. A marvellous final, a marvellous showpiece, a thrilling climax, a thrilling finale to the intermediate hurling season. Mark Nolan to Derek Healy. First time strike by Derek Healy. Up the wing again is back there. It's Egan. Oh, he's playing a great match. Kevin Egan at centre back. He's scoring points. Winning ball at centre back. Down it goes to old Padraig O'Connell around the middle of the park. Now O'Connell away to Barry Egan. A shot from Barry Egan from way out the field. It's high, it's long, but it's wide, and it still is 2-8 to 110. And we have 2 minutes remaining in the championship decider.
Yes, and if JJ Barry has been performing heroics for Carrigtwohill, I think the centre back for Kevin Egan has been unbelievable in the second half for Delaney's, covering off, blocking, and he's been a tower strength in the back for them.
Carrigtwohill go again with Niall McCarthy, 60 yards out, in around 2 big men in there. Collins and Farrell. Johnny Farrell, the captain, has it on the 21. The shot by Farrell, it's gone over the bar, and Carrigtwohill are level. They were pulling him, they were dragging him, they were hauling him. Farrell was turning and twisting, and eventually he lobbed the ball via the hurley maybe of the fullback and the cornerback, Ronan Foley, over the bar. They're on level terms. 28.5 minutes gone. Second half in Portycreeve and the permanent TSB Intermediate Hurling Championship final. Delaney's 2-8. Carrigtwohill 1-11. It's a cracking final. A minute remaining in the final. The puck out by Vincent O'Brien lands now on the ground. It lands to a Carrigtwohill man. That's Donald Collins. Up to another sub. That's another Collins. That's Seamus Collins. Collins on the ball, being hunted and chased by Ronan Foley. Foley gives it back. No room for error now on the Delaney's defence to the fullback Rory O'Mahony. A bit of a percentage ball to the captain Declan Collins. Away it goes to Barry Egan. Good win by Egan. Good turn. Nice movement. Nice delivery by Egan from 60 yards out down to Mark McElhinney. Touchdown by Niall Kidney, the cornerback. It will go away again to O'Driscoll. Far side the field. Scoring chance for Delaney's. Oh, it's gone right and wide surely. Oh, it's kept in by Ronan Foley, the corner forward. But only into JJ Barry's patch. JJ runs on the 14 and the 21. Gathers his wits. Clears the ball way up the field. Kevin Egan underneath it again. Drops it down to Shamey O'Farrell. A chance for Shamey O'Farrell to win the county for Carrigtwohill. Shamey O'Farrell puts it over the bar. Carrigtwohill could be the kings. Seamus O'Farrell took one breath, one deep breath, one moment to reflect, to look, and then he left the slither do the talking, and he lobbed it over the bar. Carrigtwohill lead by 112 to 2-8. 3 seconds left in the final. Can Delanys come back again? Niall Kinney delivers it out the field. Sean Barrett is there, right out to the sideline, 60 yards out from their own goal. Carrigtwohill holding onto the ball, but reversing about 20 yards in the wrong direction to do so. Georgie Healy has won it back for Delanys. John O'Driscoll tries to get it. It's deep in the Carrigtwohill defensive area, and Healy has it. Impossible angle to go for a score for, so he elects to send it across to Ronan Foley. A 50-50 ball. Ronan Foley and the cornerback over there, Mark Foley. It's Conor Foley, I should say, and Mark Nolan. Conor Foley has it. He's fouled, and there's a free to Delanys, and a chance for James Egan to level the match. Drama, drama, and more drama. 30 minutes, 40 seconds gone. Second half, Páirc Creve, Sunday, October the 6th, 2002, the permanent TSB Intermediate Hurling Championship final. And after a season that produced so much hurling, so much excitement, close on 50 games of hurling, this moment to extend the season, to take it further. You wouldn't like to be in James Egan's shoes now, Kieran?
No, and I said it 10 minutes ago that, you know, that I felt this one would end in a draw. No, there's an awful lot at stake in this one. The one thing that's going for him is he hits off his left, but I think the way both teams have played, you know, in this game, no one deserves to lose, and that's not taking for if he misses this free. But I think it's been a marvellous advert for hurling, you know, honesty from both sides. He's coming up to take the shot, and it looks like he's going to put it over the bar. Yes, it's over the bar, and I think that the referee should blow it up now, John.
Yeah, fair play to James Egan. When courage was needed, when guts, when character was needed, he stood up, he took the chance, and he's given Delanys a second outing in a marvellous game of hurling. 112 to Carrigtwohill, 2-9 to Delanys. It's been a game which entertained us, enthralled us throughout the course of the hour. Delanys dominated the first half, Carrigtwohill the second half, and at the death, both teams produced a bit of magic.
Yes, it was a fantastic game of hurling, and I see Finbar McCarthy here alongside of us. He's joining with the crowd and came up and he was clapping both teams as they were coming off the pitch, and that's what every one of us would feel like doing. You know, the honesty of the effort, you know, there are players there, they're shaking hands to one another. I see them, you know, from both sides, Delanys and Carrigtwohill, both sides. Both sets of mentors will be very happy. There were some very shrewd moves made in this game, and I for one, John, and I know you for another, we're looking forward to seeing a replay because no team deserved to lose this game today. A fabulous game of hurling. I'm looking forward to see the next game. The only thing I'm sorry that I was in the bookie's office with 10 minutes to go. I'd have a few bob in that draw.
That's the way it finished. What a climax to the season. A great game of hurling, as so often we've seen in the Intermediate Championship decider. Hugs and embraces from Carrigtwohill mentors to players, from Delanys mentors to players, and between Carrigtwohill and Delanys officials and players. It's nice to see opposing players and opposing mentors are hugging the opposition just as if they're one of their own coming off. That's the spirit of hurling. It's been a great game of hurling. It's been a match to enthrall us and to entertain us and to keep the good game of hurling in Cork very, very much alive. We've been listening to a few words from the country. Finbar, just a brief word. You're up very, very close to Delanys. The Glennon and Piercing would have been here in force today. I'm sure wherever you're from in the county and in the city, this one was one to enthrall about.
Well, people were saying that I was being asked coming in